Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video, another one of these 4 indie palettes with 4 looks. Basically, I'm doing swatches and going through 4 newer indie palettes to the market, doing a look with each and just giving you some thoughts about these all together in one video. So if you're interested in that, this starts right now. So I am wearing look number 4 on my eyes right now, and I want to tell you quickly about the palettes that I'm going to be using in today's video and just quickly about what this whole video is all about, but then let's get into the looks. All of these palettes that I have here, I have 4 different palettes. All of them were sent to me as PR. I do have some affiliate codes with some of these brands, and I will pop that up on the screen when I'm showing you some swatches. I will also give you some chapters down below so you can jump back and forth in the video if you want to come back again and see swatches, if you want to come back again and see a look, because this isn't like me showing you like palettes you need to buy. See this as like inspiration for different color combos, inspiration for you to try out new things with your makeup, shop your stash, find something fun. But also, if you were eyeing any of these palettes, this is a way for me to show you a look and also some swatches and share some initial thoughts. But I always come back and give you some further thoughts when I've been able to try these out a little bit more. So the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes right now is the Sigma and Angela Bright palette. Really like the look, really like the palette. I'm also doing a look with the Shroud Cosmetics Peaches and Dreams. It's this one right here, and I'm doing one with the bigger one from Beauté. This is the Best Mattes, and this is a collaboration with Ellie, Starr, and Brittney Huffman. This is an all matte palette, but I am using some of the shimmers that they sent to me as well. That was part of this collection, but as singles. So I will be showing you some swatches of that one as well when we come to this palette. I wanted to give you some further just a little bit more of a some backstory about this palette. This is the Gourmande Girls Warriors Wear Pink palette. This is what this palette looks like. This palette is in collaboration, or not like really in collaboration, but part of the proceeds from this palette goes to one of the friends of Gourmande Girls, the owner of Gourmande Girls, Christina, one of her friends, and I will link her down below, that is battling breast cancer, and this palette has that theming. So one of her close friends is getting proceeds from this palette to help her with her battle against breast cancer, and I do think that that needs to be said as well, because I don't know if I actually said that when I was using this palette. I absolutely love the look that I did with this palette, and yeah, I just wanted to make sure to mention that here as well, because I think that's a very nice cause to be doing, especially with one of her friends battling that. So I wanted to mention that in the beginning as well, so that doesn't get like lost in the confusion. But let me know if you like these videos. I will leave, you know what I will do? I will do a playlist. I don't know if I did a playlist, but I have a bunch of videos like this before where I'm basically putting indie palettes that I just wouldn't have time to do dedicated videos on, and instead I'm doing like mini dedications of them in one video so that I can showcase as many indie releases to you as possible, because my heart always beats for indie releases. I love indie makeup with my whole heart, and honestly, if I could just be trying indie palettes 24 hours a day, that's what I would be doing, because it's honestly the most fun ever. So I will leave a playlist as well if you want to get some more inspiration of more looks, and if you want to see swatches of more indie palettes. I also do have a full playlist on my channel just dedicated to indie makeup that has like dedicated reviews and just all kinds of fun stuff. But yeah, let's jump into this video and start with look number 1. So the first palette is the Warriors Wear Pink, and like I said at the beginning, everything will be linked down below, including like details and stuff. And I really want to play with the dark red, and I think I'm gonna do this one that's called Life as well. That's more of a, almost like a corally red, and I think maybe the purple, and this one seems to be, yeah, it has a violet, it's like a white with a violet bluish shift. So I think we're gonna play with that one and that lavender. You can see like the purple going to the blue. Like, do you see it? So I think we're gonna do that one together with the purple. So I'm gonna start with the red that's called Life. And we're gonna put that in the outer part of the crease and see what we can get. I will say this is not incredibly pigmented. I really, really love this color story with the pink and the red and the purple. I think that is pretty, but I will say that color, it's a little sheer, and you can see that I'm dipping in quite a few times. So I'm doing that same shade under my eyes as well, just like in the same position. And now we're gonna move into that darker red shade that's called Amor. So I'm just gonna work this with an EO5. Again, these are Cinch Beauty, these are my own brushes. I pretty much always use these brushes with the yellow handle. I have them linked down below. But I'm gonna start building the red shadow out here in the outer corner. It does show up, but maybe not as much as I was hoping. I feel like I like the mattes in the Halloween palette that they had a bit more than these. I don't really know what has changed. It's not that they're awful. I mean, you can see I can make it work, but they're a little sheer. Okay, there is a matte black in the palette. Yeah, that's very pigmented. I think I'm gonna use that in the outer corner to get this to be a little deeper, since I wasn't able to build the dark red to the darkness that I was hoping for. But I think that that is honestly pretty impressive. That black, big fan. I think I'm just gonna try and finish a little bit more up on this one. And there is a pastel purple, this one, that's called Brave. And I'm gonna use that on an EO4. And I am gonna try and pack it on my brush. And we are gonna do that on the inner part of the lid and the inner part of the crease. And then in the middle here, we're gonna do that iridescent shade that I showed you in the beginning. I think I'm gonna do this on the lower lash line too. And I really like that. I'll do it in the corner too, just a little bit. That is very pretty. So with an EO1, I'm picking up that iridescent shade that's called Tears, and we are gonna spray that because we're gonna put it on top of mattes. So to make sure that it's actually sticking on the mattes, I pick it up from the palette, then I spritz it. I use Fix Plus, but honestly, any setting spray will do. If it has glycerin in it, it's better. Oh, look at that. Because it makes the shadows a little bit sticky so that they stick to even a matte surface. You don't get like as much fallout, and also so that you can be more precise with it because it sticks down where you put it down. I think it's such a good way to be able to get less fallout and get the shadows to behave to the best of their abilities, while at the same time being more precise with them. So I'm just putting these in the middle of my lid. And then I'm gonna go back with that Brave, which is the pastel purple. And I'm gonna put that just on the edge to soften a little bit. And I'm gonna go back, where did I put it? Hello? The brush that had the black, and I'm just pushing that on the outer part. Because since this is a duochrome topper, we can really be layering and manipulating this one so that it looks multi-dimensional on the eyes. So the eye look is gonna look something like this. I think it looks really pretty and really cool. I just wish the reds were a little bit more bam pigment straight out of the gate, because I think the pastel purple and the black work perfectly fine. It's just the red ones that was not what I expected. And I also will say it might be only this one, because maybe this one would have been incredible if I had started out with this one. So of course I'm gonna have to try this out a little bit more before I give like my final verdict. Overall, I think it's a really good palette. It's just those two mattes that didn't perform the way that I would like them to on the eyes, but I still was able to get this result. So I mean, I can't complain too much. I mean, the look is done, but I was thinking we're gonna use a little bit of this one that's called Hope. It's like a pastel peachy pink. Let's use a little bit of that in the absolute inner corners, and let's see if we can brighten this up even more. Yes, it definitely gives a little lightness, well, a lot of lightness actually, and just brightens the inner part up, and I'm really enjoying how that is looking. So unfortunately, I forgot to film an outro for this look, so I'm just putting this on top of the intro to my new makeup releases where I actually wore this look, just so that you can see how it looks all zoomed out. And even though I thought that the light, like corally red, wasn't 100% opaque at the get-go, I was definitely able to build it up to really vibrant red outer crease. And I think overall that this palette is really good. And after swatching the palette, I can also say that the only shade that felt a little different was that red corally shade. So I'm gonna be using this palette a little bit more, and I will of course report back to you. But yeah, this is the outro you're getting. Let's go into look number 2. Okay, I'm putting on some primer and I'm trying to figure, oh my god, that's too much. That's what she said. I'm trying to figure out, that is a feather? I mean, I get when it's a cat hair. I get when it's a dog hair, but a feather? I don't have any birds that I am aware of, but okay. Okay, if you say so. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with this palette. I will say, when I opened this palette, I was like, oh, that's very like light and mid-tone. But I also said the absolute opposite of the palette that they released last time, which was the Moonfall palette. It was almost all dark colors, and I was kind of missing something that was just like a little lighter. So I think that like if you have that one, they will be amazing together. Oh wait, I have the wrong settings. Let me fix. Do you see? It's too blurry. Hold. Okay, new try. So I was thinking with the Moonfall palette, it probably would be such a good companion palette to this one. There's also earrings. Look at this. They're little peach milk earrings. Do you see them? They're so cute. I'm fairly sure that these are going to be available as well, like on the website. But like, look at these. They're so cute. So I love this color. It's a, you can see here, it's a blue to a like a green, and I really want to use it, but I kind of want to use the peaches as well. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking let's do the peaches. Let's do the peaches in the outer corner, and let's just see where this leaves us. I'm going to start with the darkest one that's called Heat Wave, and let's just see, because I mean, a look doesn't have to be dark. It doesn't have to have dark colors, the same as a look doesn't have to have light colors. So I'm just gonna play with the contrast between the peach and that blue-green duochrome because it's so pretty. And yeah, my did come with one broken shade, you probably saw that as well, but I was actually able, just without any alcohol, to just smush that back, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, this is the darkest shade in the palette, and as you can see, it is not very dark. And I'm gonna use a little bit of the peach milk, which is the lighter one, and I'm just gonna blend a little bit with this one. But I mean, they are pigmented. They're just not very dark. But I do have a lot of fallout here as well. When did that happen? Let's do some of that on the lower lash line too, and we can meet up maybe with a different colored shimmer down here. I will say it's a little, like it feels a little, almost, I don't want to say dry, but it's definitely not a creamy matte. which feels a little weird to say, because if you tried any of the old shadows from Shroud Cosmetics, they almost had like a, what would I call it? Almost like a moussey formula. Like it was so creamy and easy to blend, and just honestly an incredibly like stunning formula. This is a little drier. Not horrible, but definitely a little drier. So I think I'm gonna do a little bit of this one in just the inner part, and then we're doing the succulent on top, because I just want to have a little bit of this blue. I'm not gonna build this up. I'm just gonna do a sheer wash. Kind of wish this was a pastel instead. I'm just gonna do a sheer wash, so we have something to blend that green into, because it is a green-blue duochrome. Yeah, I kind of wish this blue was lighter, but that's just a personal preference. Okay, so this is the shimmer shade. Oh, this one is beautiful. I don't know if I love this new matte formula from Shroud as much as I love the old matte formula from them, because definitely something is changing, but the shimmers are incredibly beautiful. Wowza. But I wish I had something darker here. Oh well. Oh well. I mean, this does look very cool, but yeah, I just wish I had something darker in the outer corner. But I want to try another shimmer, and I'm thinking this one, the Sun Shower. It's almost like in a peachy gold. So I think I'm going to try that one on the lower lash line. And I'm going to spray it because I want this to be a little precise. That is very cool. I'm gonna do a little bit of white, I think. This is gonna be the finished look. Just something that's like bright and contrasty. But yeah, I do wish I had something for the outer corner. But again, that's just the way that I like to do my makeup. The shimmers are so incredible though. I actually really enjoyed this look. I think it's super fun and super cute. I love the blue with the green, and like you can see the duochrome that's coming in. I really like it. If this was like me not trying to do a look with a specific palette, I would have deepened it up, but instead I'm just gonna put on these half lashes, where I made them into half lashes by Juvia's Place, and I'm gonna put those on, and they're gonna lift the eye a little bit so that I end up where I like to end up. But honestly, I'm kind of liking this look a lot. It's very different, but it's very like summery, and looking out the window, it's very summery. I mean, I think that everything looks really cool and really cute. I am really loving the look, and the earrings are so cute. I really like how they look. This is not normally what I go for, but that doesn't mean that I don't love it, because I really do. I think it looks super cute. Again, I probably would have put something darker here, but I have the lash, so it's like darkening up a little bit. I like it. Will say I miss the mattes that they had in the Creepy Cute that was like, I do actually. I think they sent me, but I'm not sure. I might have given it away, the new version of the Creepy Cute. Does anyone have them? Does anyone know if it's still the same like almost mousse like super creamy matte formula that's like so pigmented and buildable? Because I will say that the formula in here, and I mean you can tell that there is like so much kick, it's a little drier, and I don't think it's bad, but it's not my absolute favorite. I will say that it's a little bit more on the drier side, but I mean it still shows up, it's still pigmented, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just will say that I prefer maybe something else. But yeah, that was the second look. Let's get into look number 3. I got this palette, the Best Mattes, in yesterday, and I am so excited. This is a collab with Ellie, Starr, and Brittney Huffman together with Bella Beauté. And if you have been on my channel before, or if not, if you want to see some more looks with Bella Beauté, the video is going to be down below. Maybe I'll even do a playlist with these like several indie palettes and looks in one video, because I've been really enjoying doing them and you seem to really enjoy them too. But I love this new formula from Bella Beauté that they have had these past couple of palettes, and I have heard rumors that this matte palette has the same great formula. I was also sent, as you saw in the swatches, the 4 single shadows that were in this collection, and one of them is like a green and it's a blue duochrome, and one of them is a pink gold iridescent. So I was thinking, how about green going to blue, going to maybe like more of a pastel pink, and then the shimmers on top. So I'm gonna start with this green here. Is that true? Am I gonna do mint? Maybe I'll actually start with this one, and then I'm gonna deepen up with this one. So those are the 2 colors I'm gonna start with. And this palette is magnetic, by the way, so you can take these shades out and rearrange it, or put it in singles, or put any, like if you have like single shadows that you want to put in, like you can rearrange this palette, and I really enjoy that. Oh wait, I forgot primer. Let me do that first. I'm using the Milani primer still. I think it is honestly a really good primer. I really like it. This Milani eyeshadow primer from the drugstore, affordable. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm still gonna be using this one because I want it to be a green going. Ooh, this palette is heavy because they're all magnetized. I want it to be green going to blue, going to pink, and I think I need this color to actually be a green and not a mint for that to work out. And I'm just pressing this on and blending. Can I come closer? Hello? And just pressing and blending to have this in the outer corner, like the outer half. And I'm gonna put the blue next to it here in just a second. And per usual, these Bella Beauté bar mats, they're pigmented, easy to blend, easy to apply. I can already tell just by this one that I am getting something good. Something nice. I think I'm gonna take the pastel blue that's next to this color that I showed you. These do not have any names. They might have names on the back actually because they're magnetized. Should I look? Let me see if I can find a magnet. Nope, there is not a name on the back, but at least now we know that like they're not named. And I mean, you saw just using a magnetic tool like this, it's like super easy to just take these out of the pan. If you were looking to do that, you can buy these at Amazon. Maybe I'll even I think I have it in my favorites. Like I have an Amazon favorites, which is not very, there's not a lot of things in it because I don't shop a lot from Amazon. But if you were actually looking for some stuff that's like I have bought from Amazon and actually like, it's in my Amazon store front. This color is not as pigmented as the other one, but I'm definitely able to build it up. So I did the exact same under my eyes as well, used the exact same shades, and now I'm gonna do the pastel pink. I think I might do this one actually. You can see it over here. You see it's a pastel pink. I think I'm gonna use that one, and I'm gonna put that in the inner part of my crease. Ooh, this is really light and bright. I might put this in my inner corner too in the end. So now we're going into that dark green that I showed you in the beginning, and I'm gonna be using, oh, it's so pretty. I'm gonna be using that in the outer corner to make this a little deeper. And I'm gonna see if this is enough. This might be enough. Or if I want to use a little bit of, because I think there's a black here. Yeah, there is definitely a black in this palette as well. And I might use a little bit of the black just to get that extra oomph in just the very outer part. And you can see I'm just blending with a small brush, making small strokes, and then I'm going back and I'm gonna apply a little bit more of that pastel green just on the edge to blend them out. But I think that that looks really nice. And yeah, I might do a little bit of the black. There is a matte black on this palette, and I might do a little bit of that over here. You can see just a little bit to just add that extra depth to the green. I'm not doing a lot, just very little. I think that this is the matte look that we are doing. And let's do the shimmers afterwards. Oh, should I maybe do a little bit of that dark green actually under my eyes as well? Just over here. Okay, let's dive into some shimmers then. I mean, I could leave this as an all matte look, just do some more mattes on the lid, but we are gonna go in with some of these. We're gonna do this one in the outer part of the lid, this one in the inner part of the lid, but I'm not gonna do it in my inner corner. I am gonna use that pastel pink in my inner corners. This is very flaky, so I will definitely be spraying this. If there is a flaky shadow, spraying it helps a lot to keep the shadow together and to keep it from being on your lid and not on your cheek. That's really cute, and I can definitely, you can see the blue here. We're gonna add a little bit more blue in the crease, I think. So this is the pink shadow, and here I picked up a little bit more. Again, I'm gonna spray this one too because it does look a little flaky. Ooh, that is really, really pretty. And we are gonna blend a little bit on the upper edge with some mattes as soon as I get this on. So let's start with the pastel pink, and I'm just adding a little bit more of pastel pink up here, and I'm also gonna add the pastel pink in the inner corner. And now I'm doing that pastel blue, and I just wanna reapply some of that in the middle here so that we don't lose this like cotton candy effect that the blue to the pink is doing. So like that. I really, really, really enjoy that, and there is a shimmer here. I see it. Oh, there we go. Haha. I think this is a good opportunity to do a little prance, don't you think? Because I think that prance is always a good idea. And then I guess that's gonna be the finished look. Okay, I really like this look. I think it looks a little cotton candy meets flower bed. Don't look at my nails, by the way. Can you see how worn and torn these are? They've been through a lot. They've been through 2.5 weeks in Europe. I need to get them fixed. But what do you think about this look? I really, really do enjoy it. And per usual, the mattes from Bella Beauté bar are just absolutely amazing. Did you see that they were sneak peeking a new smaller palette? I am so excited. I've literally even DM'd the owner of the brand and just like, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see what that is all about. But yeah, if you were looking for a big like all matte palette, I definitely think that like Bella Beauté bar is bringing a bunch of different shades in a really, really good formula. So yeah, let me know what you think about this down below, and let's get into the fourth and final look and palette. So the last palette we're going to be playing with is the Sigma and Angela Bright palette, and I'm so excited to be playing with this one. I got this one as I was on my vacation and I haven't had time to dig into it, so we're doing it today, and we're going to play with the combo that first caught my eye when I saw this palette, which is the red, the orange, and the purple. So we're doing these three here, and I'm going to start with the orange, and I have high hopes for this color combo, let me tell you. So the orange is called Evermore, and we are gonna put that in the crease, just stamping it down. And I'm gonna blend the upper edge. And I am really liking that it has a little bit almost of a bricky neutral undertone. It makes it a very like wearable orange for a lot of people. And there is a brown, there are a couple of browns in this palette that you could mix this orange with if you don't want it to be super bright. But of course I want it to be super bright. Who do you think I am? Where do you think you are? I'm gonna do the same color underneath here as well. I'm really loving how this is looking. I think this is just already looking so pretty. I love this orange tone. It is gorgeous. Okay, so the red matte is called Zinfandel. How do you pronounce it in English? Zinfandel, maybe? I just said it the way that I would say it in Swedish. Ooh, I got some falla. I probably should have tapped that off. These shades are very pigmented and look at how beautiful that red is. So stunning. So I am just gonna deepen up this with this red one. Look at that. Ugh. I love how this one is building. Absolutely stunning. The only negative is that I got a little fallout, but I think that could be my own fault, if we're gonna be honest. I used some of the red under the eyes as well, and now I'm just taking that small brush and I'm blending some of the orange on the edge just to try and make them, I don't know, blend together, seem a little bit more seamless. I am doing a very dramatic look today, so I will say I am a huge fan of how this is looking, and I want to use that purple now. I'm gonna do a flat brush. Well, it's a flat, slightly poofy brush. This is the EO1 by Cinch, which is my own brand, and I'm gonna do the 2005, and I am gonna like just tap it off a little bit, and I am gonna spray it because I want this to be as opaque as possible, and I think this color combo is gonna be amazing. Right? I have high expectations. So I'm gonna put this on the middle of the lid. Not all the way to the absolute inner corner, and also not all the way to the absolute outer corner. So like that, in the middle of the lid. And I'm using a little bit more of the red in the outer corner just to blend those together. And then I think I'm gonna do this one that's called Bear, which is like almost like a vanilla, almost white. Oh my god, this brush has shimmer on the other side. Ignore that green shimmer. That's from another look. But I think I'm gonna do this one. And I'm also gonna meet up, you see the spot I left? I'm doing that here as well, just to brighten up that entire inner part. So I think this is going to be the finished look, and I love this. It is exactly what I expected, but even better. What a lovely look, and what a lovely palette to play with. Loving it. I really like this last look. I think it turned out super good. I honestly don't know which palette is my favorite and which palette like made my favorite look, but I would love to hear all about it down in the comments. Please let me know which look you like the most. Let me know if you picked up any of these palettes, and also let me know if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. I actually really enjoy filming these, so I'm so excited that you seem to enjoy watching them. Let me know all about it in the comments. If you want to see more info about what I've been using, where you can find the palettes, that's going to be in the description box. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye!